Well, we should probably address the biggest news since COVID. Our good friend, our brother in arms, Joe Rogan, signed with Spotify.
Yeah.
Now, we knew it was coming. We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
We had a little bird tell us. A little bird, I mean, Joe Rogan. But we knew it was coming, and then it shocked the world when it did happen.
Yeah.
And what's funny to me is watch people speculate how much you got paid, because me and Brian know the real number.
Yeah.
They're so far off.
He's going to be fine.
They're so far off, and I'm so proud of him.
Money's not an issue. And
we sent him.
He's been rich for a long time, but this is different.
Well, we probably shouldn't get personal. But me and Brian sent him a video of my son.
Yeah.
Tell him to buy us a boat.
Yeah. Well, pay my house off.
I said, dude. So we're moving to Texas. Here's the proposal. You're gonna buy each of us a house, and we're gonna need yachts.
Well, fucking dude.
And then Brian goes, and dude, in the fight companion, you've never paid us yet.
Yeah.
So.
How about letting my beak? I've known you for 25 years.
We sent him a video how bad we need money.
I've known him 25 years. I can't get my beak wet a little bit. You can't wet my beak.
He was laughing so hard.
Two friends. How many friends do you have like Brendan and Brian? Fuck. You know what? Selfish fuck.
Yeah, I think it's a good move for a number of reasons. I think it's not good how YouTube has a monopoly on things, and it's probably gonna get us demonetized. But they have a monopoly on things, and when a company like that goes, we don't like the way Brian said that. We're gonna demonetize that. Whoa, that's not what we signed up for originally.
Yeah.
We don't like the way Brendan's talking about COVID because maybe he didn't have these facts, so we're gonna demonetize that or shadow ban it or put it in the algorithm so it doesn't pop up. Dude, we didn't sign up for any of this. Who's dictating?
Well, I think what happens with anybody
who's dictating
when you have a lot of power, like whether it's Google, whether it's Apple, whether it's YouTube, you feel a responsibility to try to make the world a better place. You just do. And again, you're gonna have your biases, and so they have these conversations in that boardroom.
But where do you stop it at?
That's the big question.
Well, Brian and Brendan can't cuss anymore. If they do, we're demonetize it. Well, but we're an adult show.
Yeah, but
we can't cuss and say certain stuff on YouTube because you're worried kids are going to see it. Although kids to get access to this have to parent or the kid has to click on accept.
Sure.
Right.
But even now, there's a tool that we have to do to say not for kids before we upload it.
But again, this is stuff.
But then there's shows on Hulu and Amazon
it's
and
still
on cable
it's a new. All
YouTube
of this is new. But it's relatively new. In other words, like the space is always changing. And I just think as you get that big and that powerful, there are these conversations you have. There are a lot of conversations.
But you're allowed propaganda of the Russian hoax and these scammers and and all this political stuff, which isn't fact checked. Or you're going to allow ISIS videos and ISIS propaganda and stuff like that for a while.
Yeah.
Where are you going to draw the line at? And why would you point your gun at a comedy show?
It's a good question, but I would say,
my point to all this is, well, now by Rogan jumping to Spotify, and we've been on Spotify, but they haven't had video till Rogan came on board, and I think they're going to launch their video portion of it
in September. I think
I think by the end of the year they have video, but by September Rogan will be over there exclusively. But now that there's more than one player in town, now if you don't like somewhere, you can play for another team, which is our advantage.
I think that's the greatest thing about the marketplace. If you let people compete, it creates a very equal playing field, and I appreciate that because it's very scary. It scares me when anytime you have 5 companies controlling all the information.
Monopoly. Well,
Apple,
exactly.
Amazon.
But it's like if YouTube goes, hey man, Brendan, Brian, when you guys joke about sucking Brian off, we don't like that.
Yeah.
So we don't want it on our station or our network. All right. Well, we're just gonna go. Spotify said we can do whatever we want, so we're gonna go over there. That's cool. Go over there, guys. All right, cool, man. But the problem is if where you have nowhere to go, and we rely on YouTube, and then they go, well, we didn't like the way Brian said that. Well, you're not gonna do shit, Brian. You're not gonna do anything because we control the narrative. You're not gonna do anything. So here's what else I'm gonna do. I'm gonna demonetize it because I didn't like what you said. But then we're gonna run our ads so we make sure we get paid. But you're not gonna get paid.
Yeah.
Even though you share a video, your hard work of 7 years, every week, twice a week.
That's what a monopoly
sometimes 3
is.
a week. Haven't missed a single week in 7 years. But listen, we're gonna get the ad revenue. That's demonetize you guys.
That's what a monopoly is.
Are you out your goddamn mind? Are you out of your mind?
But it's like you said. It's like you said. What are we supposed to do about it? Right now, if there's another player like Spotify, but that's what happens is another company comes in and sees that there's a demand, there's a need, sees there's a deficit, sees that the employees are not happy. But you're right. I mean, at this point, there is one player in town. It's a little bit like being a fighter for the UFC. If you don't like it, we'll see you over there, right? And so I think that this is a little bit of what's happened to us inadvertently. It's bound to happen.
How about our issues with Apple, where we played some video, which I don't even remember, some music, and they went, okay, cool, you guys use that song, so now what we're going to do, we're going to make it impossible for anybody to find your podcast. Whoa, dude. Well, can you give us a warning or let us...
And try calling somebody and talking to them about it.
Well, thank God for Chin and Colin at Cast Media, who have contacts to Apple, and they're like, you got this, and then, somebody did it and took it down.
Yeah.
What do you mean took it down? Who gave you that right, dude?
Yeah.
Because we used a hip-hop song?
And it was also fair use because we're talking about it. We just played a part of it.
It was in one of the current events.
And
Well,
but again, you can't run a business like that, man. Because when you have creatives on your platform, one of the reasons you and I don't have a 9-to-5 is because we don't abide by the same rules as most people. We started this because you don't want to work for somebody. I don't want to work for somebody. You want to talk to HR? Right here. What's your problem? But Apple's like, no, well, that's not the way we work. All right, dude, then we're going to go somewhere else, man. And there's a lot of places we can go.
Well, not right now, but there will be, hopefully.
No, there is.
Yeah.
There is.
But I do think it's very good for all of us and for everyone included that Spotify is getting into this space.
And here's the other thing. What Rogan did, being such a pioneer and the godfather of podcasting at his level, it's not a Howard Stern thing where Howard Stern got really, really big and it was free for everybody. And then he sold. I like Howard Stern, but then he sold out, went to Sirius. Then he got paid $29.99 to listen to him from now on. And there's no video, there's nothing. That's the only way you can listen to Howard Stern. Well, I stopped listening to Howard. I'm like, fuck, dude. I don't have Sirius. I'm not going to pay that every month. I don't have it anymore, right? Spotify's free. To listen to Joe Rogan, it's going to be free.
Is it free?
Yes.
Yeah, it's free.
with ads, though. So if you want
It's
premium...
like ads with YouTube.
Yeah, so...
Nothing changes.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's free. Nothing changes. All you got to do is download the app. And the video, I'm sure they're going to figure out it's going to be great. They have all this money. Nothing changes, but instead of the YouTube, it says Spotify. It's free for everybody. So you can't say he's sold out because he's not behind a paywall. Now, if he went over there and was like, hey, it's $9.99 a month, y'all, you'd be like, dude, you chase the money. Dude, you're just doing that for the money.
Yeah.
No, he's doing that for the freedom.
I think it's
not being censored.
It's such a brilliant move by Spotify. Such a brilliant. Their stock went up $1 billion after they made the announcement.
And they didn't pay Rogan $1 billion. Their
No.
stocks went up $1 billion.
They made a lot of money.
So smart.
And it's so smart. And they're going to take over the podcasting space because I'll tell you, when you do run into these issues with Apple and with YouTube, all due respect, but when you have a couple of people controlling the information highway, which is a huge problem, and Spotify comes in and says, go, that's very attractive. That's very attractive to us.
For every creative.
Yeah, for every creative. Yeah. Yeah, man.
But think about it. YouTube doesn't have any skill. They have they have none of that. It's based off the creative minds on there. So for Logan Paul, right? He started doing it when he's younger. It was kind of a kiddie show. He's making his video stuff like that. Well, Logan Paul grew up, and he's a very, very successful. Makes whatever $30 million a year. He's at the top of the charts on YouTube. Well, that's not because of YouTube. That's what Logan Paul and the creative content he puts out. And he's getting the money from them. And then Logan Paul goes, I want to start a podcast. Logan Paul's a 23-year-old man, goes, I like porno stars. I'd love to talk to a porno star. So YouTube goes, cool. We're going to demonetize that and take it down. That's not your brand. The fuck are you talking about? The man's grown up. Because you picture him over here. If he decides to do this, that's his right.
Is that what they did to him?
Yep. You can't decide. That's
when
not
did
up
they
to you.
When did YouTube become so puritanical?
With the
When did this
politics,
all
the Russian probe, stuff like that. Via Facebook. Look how Facebook crashed like a motherfucker when we found out they were giving away info and allowing this Russian propaganda to go down and rig the election, do all that shit. People are like, hold up, how did they get all this info? The next we're looking at it, they actually gave them the info. Excuse me? Yeah. Then people don't trust Facebook anymore.
Well, that's the thing. I do think that you have an overwhelming number of people. Trump is such a polarizing figure. Just such a polarizing figure.
Anybody who stands for anything is.
But with YouTube and with Google, and we know that the people running these companies tend to lean in one direction politically.
Yes.
They just do.
But that should come into play.
They're progressive. But it's very difficult.
Separate.
But see, when you get a lot of power, it's very hard not to mold the world in your image.
And how'd that work out for you, though? then
Well, they would say great.
For YouTube, you want to censor
They would
people
say great,
and
though.
dictate and demonetize.
Yeah,
then
but they're still-
the biggest show you've ever had of all time went, I'm gonna go play ball over here. No, wait, it's too late, dude. You've made your bet.
Yeah. Well, there will be a migration if people have an option, you know. But
And
YouTube,
Spotify won't be the first.
But these are such powerful, huge companies. I think it's a little bit like saying, "Hey, Hertz, go fuck yourself." Sometimes, but
YouTube's gonna say, yeah. I mean, yeah.
But I do think that big companies fall, big companies lose ground all the time. It's as things change, as they get outdated, as their model gets outdated, as they, there are people that just say they get fed up. They get fed up, and I don't think
I just can't fathom why, if you're on YouTube, and my son has YouTube, but it's a kid's account. He can't see firing the kid. He didn't see me talking shit and doing our thing, or he didn't see my stand up or anything we've ever. He didn't see that. He doesn't have access to that stuff. But if we're not in the kids category, I understand if we're labeled a kid show. Yeah, dude, you gotta watch your P's and Q's. Can't be talking about fucking my mom and stacking my aunt. I can't have you do that, Brian.
Right.
Kids are gonna watch this.
Not with the kids.
Don't stack Nubby. We know you don't stack my aunt Nubby.
No,
we know that's frowned upon.
And I apologize for having that in the forefront of my brain all the time.
I know, and that's fine.
But I only want going to Denver.
But that's your right.
That's my right.
When you're at Comedy Works, the altitude.
I got a dirty
Nubby
mind.
looking sweet.
That's all. Yeah.
All right, don't stack my mom and my aunt. That's all I ask for.
Everybody drinks are flowing and
But then surf and turf comes to the high altitude.
But you're not there.
But then I can get there, bro.
Yeah, but by that time,
I'll get there, bro.
By that time,
I'll get there.
But by that time,
dude, don't talk about fucking my aunt.
By that time, you got some half brothers.
Don't stack my aunt and my
I'm
my
not.
mom, dude.
I'm saying, but by that time,
you know my mom is in.
I know that.
You know my mom has a thing
We have
for
a
you, dude.
connection. We have a connection, and by that
And
time,
I'm having a good day.
You got half brothers and cousins, and I'm kind of your dad.
Like, why do they have bad hair?
Well, I'm.
Why do all these people have bad hair? Oh, Brian's their dad. That makes sense.
Hey, and I go like this. I go, hey.
Yo.
No, I go, hey. Can I talk to you? And you come over and I go,
hey, watch your P's and Q's, though.
You remember that? You remember when I went to Denver 10 months ago? Yeah. I want you to call me dad.
Things happen. I'm your stepdad now.
Yeah.
I'm your stepdaddy now.
Yeah. I'm your stepdaddy.
I'm your stepdaddy.
And I won't answer to Brian. I love you. And
You call me dad.
I'm gonna give you a kiss. Call me dad. I kiss my son on the lips because I love you. I'm gonna bub slap you right now.
No, I don't want that in my head because I'm having a good day and you get me riled up about YouTube and Apple right now. And I'm also going to pick up my S-Works Levo Specialized bike after this, dude. It's the best bike in the world. It's a big day for me.
I'll tell you this right now.
Yeah.
Watch your tone.
Okay. What's going to happen? What are you going to do? Use some of that boxing you've been doing?
Don't you fucking disrespect.